So the box is a method I want you to think about in terms of closing the sale from here on out. A box has 6 sides. What you've got to do in network marketing is go ahead and close 5 sides throughout the presentation. Here's what I mean by this. There's 4 or 5, I'm going to use 5 today, standard objections that everyone is dealing with, and you can go ahead and assume, you can go ahead and expect everyone that you present your opportunity to or your product to is going to have to overcome one or more, maybe even all, of these objections. My guess is if I were to sit down with you and ask you, what are the biggest objections you're getting after you present your opportunity? Here's what they probably are. Number 1, it could be time. Hey, I don't have time. I don't have money. That could be one. I don't have sales experience. I don't like products. I don't like to handle products, or I don't need products. Or, here's a funny one to me, because even if they graduated with 1,800 people and go to a church that has 3,000, people will tell you they don't know anybody. They got 1,600 Facebook friends and they don't know anybody. But these are objections people have. And I listed the 5 that I have experienced in almost 2 decades of helping people in this industry. Time, money, sales, products, objection, and I don't know anybody objection are the top 5. You may come up with your top 5, but go with me on this idea. If you list your top 5 objections and you learn how to overcome them throughout the presentation, then you don't have to deal with them after the presentation. This is the artwork of closing the sale. This is why some succeed and others fail with the same exact presentation. They're overcoming things with stories. They're overcoming things with conversation. Throughout the presentation, they may be telling their story. Hey, listen, when I looked at this, I didn't have time to do anything. I was working 70 hours a week, but I met a bunch of people that within a few hours a week, they were getting results. And I realized that it's not about time, it's about priorities. Whatever it is I really wanted to do, I could get done anyway. Well, just by you having that conversation during your presentation, people are going to be hesitant to saying to you at the end, I don't have time, because you just laid it out there. It's not about time. It's about priorities. People do whatever they want to do. We've got individuals in this business, in your business, in whatever business, that are working way more hours than you're working, and they're getting the job done. So it's not about whether or not you can do it or have time to do it. It's not about whether or not you have the money. People are going to say money. So you might, throughout your presentation, use a story or introduce them to a story and say, listen, for the price of a cell phone, somebody can be in business here. Most people can find the money if they want to find it. Or most people, that have money issues could certainly figure out how to buy this or that. So we know that money's not really an issue. It's priorities. It's whether or not they want to bad enough. I'm not telling you that's what you should say, but I'm saying by dealing with money during the presentation, it tends to not come up after the presentation, especially if you're able to say from authenticity, hey, I was broke. I didn't have the money. I don't know if that's your story or not. If it's not, introduce them to somebody that is, because enough of those stories, people will eliminate money as an excuse, and it will help you close a sale. The last thing on the box is this. If you're eliminating the top 4 or 5 excuses or objections people have for not doing something with you, then there's only one way out. They either are going to do it or they're not, but guess what? You're not going to be as frustrated because you're not chasing people around trying to overcome objections. Remember, the box is what's going to help you close more sales and help you create proper expectations for your business.